Hello guys, you're welcome to another HTML and CSS tutorial with Flourish Field Academy. And today we are going to be discussing fonts. As you can see, the style of text we have here, that is how the text looks, is slightly different to what we have on our Figma. So we need to make a change. We need to make a slight change to that. Now, the font we have here is called Montserrat, and as such, we need to make sure that the fonts we have for our headings or our navigation is also Montserrat. But currently, if we try to do that directly from our CSS, for example, if I want to make the fonts for all my anchor tags, say font family, I only have limited suggestions. As you can see, we do not have Montserrat here. However, the font used on the website is Montserrat. So it means we would have to find a way of getting Montserrat from a third-party source. And that source is called Google Fonts. To get that, we'll go to our web page and say fonts.google.com. That's the web page to download fonts and try to use any fonts that we like. Now, the font we want is Montserrat. Of course, if you do not know, you can always scroll down and begin to look at different examples of fonts. But for us, we already know. So I'm going to simply type Montserrat. You see it? Now, this is the font that I need. Now, I've seen what it looks like, but there are other variations of these fonts. So what I need to do is select all the variations I would need by clicking on Get Font and move on. So I'll simply click on Get Font. And as you can see, I've been able to select that. Now, I have Montserrat and I also have Hebo. But although I don't need this, I only need Montserrat, but it's fine. Now I can simply click on Get Embed Code. There are two ways of adding any font of our choice to our web page. We could do that by either copying the HTML link or using the CSS at class. So if I click on link, I get to copy the HTML link just like this. And this is an example of the usage. Or I could click on at import and I also get to copy the CSS style directly and use it on my CSS style sheet. But I prefer to copy with the HTML as it's relatively easier. Okay, now I'm going to copy the code. This is it. I've copied it. I'll go back to my HTML and right in the head, that's where I'm going to place what I've just copied. I've pasted it. It's a whole lot of code. But now that I've pasted that link inside the head, now I would have access to the Montserrat fonts. And if you look at the usage, let's see, for Montserrat, you see, it says font family Montserrat. That's how to use it. So I would go right back. Currently, let's see what our web page looks like. This is it. This is what it looks like. So I'll go right back to my CSS. And on my anchor tags, I would say font family Montserrat. Just like it was given to us. Now, as you can see, the type of fonts have immediately changed from what it was earlier. Let me take it out so you can see it. From what it was earlier, this is what it looked like earlier. And now you can see it has changed looking a whole lot nicer now using the Montserrat family. And that's because I've been able to add Montserrat family using the Google fonts. Now, one more thing. The sign up button, let's see, the sign up button has a border. So we need to add that border as well. So to add the border is a bit tricky. We would need to use an ID because it's only through an ID that we can single out this li. As you can see, the sign up button as well as the others, they all look the same. So for me to separately style the sign up, I would need an ID. And again, I can give it any name of the ID. I'm just going to call it sign. Now I will go to my style sheets and instruct CSS that when you get to see the ID, IDs are denoted by the hashtag #sign. When you see the ID sign, add the following styles. I would say border. I want a border that is 1 pixels, solid, and black. That's what I want. And let's take a look and see. I think we need a bit of curve at the edges. Those curves are called border radius. So I'm going to add border radius of just about 5 pixels. I think this should be just about enough. There we go. So now we've been able to not only fix our logo, but also the fonts as well as the links to our travel agency websites, thereby completing our navigation bar. In our next lesson, we'll get started working on the heroes section.